국내 언론에서 전하지 않는 뉴스, 지금 이 순간 폭스뉴스를 통해 확인하실 수 있습니다.
Point here with more South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, I want to go down the two roads I went with General Keane and get your perspective on it. I feel a lot better with my understanding of what exactly this blockade insists of. It basically means Iran is not going to have an economy. That is the entirety of their economy. There's going to be no way that oil is going to be exported out of Iran with America's Navy waiting on both sides of the strait, and they're just not going to allow any ship to pass through. So that seems to me to be fairly low risk for our military, which is of the utmost importance to me. I want to get your thoughts on that. And it doesn't seem like, there has to really be an end to it, and the rest of the conflict can end as far as I'm concerned.
Well, there's two things here that really matter, and General Keene's such a bright man. We're lucky to have him. Number one, when this thing is over, Iran cannot control the Strait of Hormuz. They can never stop international shipping again and charge a toll. That would be chaos. So that's a non-negotiable item. So what are we doing? We're blockading the ports in Iran, not the entire Gulf, where they get oil and gas shipments. Without oil and gas money, Iran has no economy. It's not a diversified economy. All their money comes from oil and gas sales. So if you can stop ships from going in and out of Iran with oil and gas, then you destroy their economy. How do you produce oil and gas in Iran? It's all on one island called Karg Island. The ability to make oil and gas and turn it into a commodity to sell is on a single island that if you control that island, you control their economy. There are about 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium in Iran that could be, as General Keane said, make a dirty bomb or 8 to 10 nuclear weapons if it went to 90. We can't end this without controlling that. We have to control the Strait of Hormuz. We have to get the 900 pounds of highly enriched uranium under our control. No moratorium on enrichment. That's not a good idea. They can enrich. Their homicidal maniacs have been trying to build a bomb. They're not supposed to have 60% uranium. How do you get that? You cheat. 20 nations have nuclear power, but they don't enrich. They get their fuel rods from other nations. We could do that for Iran. No enrichment, non-negotiable. If you give them a moratorium, they'll go right back at it. The last thing is their ballistic missile program, their support for terrorism, and their pathway to a nuclear bomb have to all be shut down. We're inside the 10-yard line. We may need to finish this thing up. How does this end? We control the straits. We control the 900 pounds of weapons, uranium, highly enriched uranium. We control their ability to wage war in the future. Then we pivot to peace. What is winning? When Iran can no longer destroy the ability of Saudi Arabia and Israel to make peace. The biggest change in 2,000 years would be Saudi Arabia recognizing the Jewish state, the center of Islam recognizing the one and only Jewish state, making peace with Israel. They tried that before, and Iran stopped it through the October 7th attack through their proxy Hamas. Put Iran in a box, pivot to peace, and by the end of this year, I think we can have a peace deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel that will change the Mideast forever. Stock market will go up, oil prices will go down, and it will be a sea change in the way the Mideast operates. One condition, Iran has to be put in a box and kept in a box to make that happen. That's my end state, peace with Saudi Arabia and Israel through containing the regime, and over time it will fail. It will fall, but regime change is not the goal for the moment.
How long will it take that it is so painful economically for Iran that they realize that they're either going to lose Karg Island and any ability to have an economy, and in the end they'll lose their nuclear material? How long is that going to take?
Well, these are kamikazes in a way. How do you deal with a kamikaze? You don't talk to them. You make sure they don't get in the plane and hit the aircraft carrier. These are religious zealots. They're religious Nazis. They want to purify Islam, destroy the Jewish state, and come after us Christians as infidels. That's why they're organized. That's their reason for living. The reason for living is to die. They want to die a martyr's death. They want to bring back the missing Mahdi, the 12th Imam, who will come back and save the world, in their view, only with chaos. So their whole regime is designed to bring about the end times under the Shia religion, where this guy's been missing for 1,000 years, comes back. You know, he's sort of their Messiah, and they take over the world. That's what they're trying to accomplish. They're not normal. They're not rational. The Nazis wanted to kill the Jews. Nobody believed them. They should have. Hitler wrote a book about it. People wrote it off as all talk. The Iranians, if they had the regime, would use a nuclear weapon. They'd destroy Israel in New York minute. To the Pope, you're a good holy man. You don't understand the evil of Iran. You're miscalculating here, Pope. They've killed 45,000 of their own people who demanded a better life, shot them down like dogs, beat a 16-year-old girl to death because she didn't wear the scarf right on a bus. These people have American blood dripping on their hands. They're religious Nazis, and the Catholic Church, God bless the Catholic Church, in the 30s, you didn't really get Hitler. To the Pope, you really don't get this religious Nazi regime, the Ayatollah and his henchmen. They are evil. They will kill all the Jews if we let them, and the Jewish people, one Holocaust is enough. Israel's going to fight to the last man to make sure that doesn't happen, and woman. So President Trump, you saved the world from this regime having 8 to 10 nuclear weapons. They would have used it. These people are nuts, and if you don't get that, it's like missing Hitler. Donald Trump, you saved the world from a nightmare, nuclear-armed Iran in the hands of religious zealots, nuclear weapons, which they would use. The Pope, you're a good man, but you got this all wrong. Trump is doing a good thing, not a bad thing. You're not going to talk the Ayatollah out of giving up his nukes. You're going to have to make him give up his nukes.
It seems to me that if President Trump wants to end this quickly, he would have the ability to take away any possibility they can ever make money in the near future.
Absolutely.
So their destiny's in their hands. They haven't made very good decisions up to this point. I'd advise the Iranians, whoever happened to be in charge, if they like to listen to what you have to say, and I will give them this warning. You don't have very long. It's about to all come to a crashing end.
One last point. Don't drag this out, President Trump. They've got plenty of...